This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about Jon Jones, and I want to talk about that agenda. Like I said before with the UFC, it's just so funny how when it comes to Dana White and all these other champions, if it's a Conor McGregor or Ronda Rousey, or Matt Hughes, Matt Serra, Iceman, these types of people, man. If it's somebody that's pretty much, kissing his butthole, man, Dana White has a way of making sure that they're treated as a baby. If you guys remember, the UFC got that kind of same style that I've seen in WWE, where the baby term is a term like in the WWE, it's used for those who Vince McMahon treats as his favorites. Dana White has that same kind of ideal with the UFC, man. He has his babies there that he treats with favoritism. Now it's Amanda Nunes. There's an agenda, man, and I've been saying this before, and I got vilified for this before, but there's an agenda going out here in the UFC that I don't like. Anderson Silva, who is arguably the greatest mixed martial art artist of all time. This guy didn't get the respect that he deserved. Every time he won in a fashion that Dana White didn't like, Dana White was always shining this guy. I didn't see him do that for Iceman. I didn't see him do that, for Tito Ortiz until Tito Ortiz decided to bail on him. I didn't see him doing that, for the Matt Hughes, the Matt Serras of the world, the Ronda Rouseys of the world. I didn't see him doing that for the Brock Lesnar's of the world. You know what I'm saying? The Amanda Nunez's of the world. I just didn't see that. The Conor McGregor's of the world. I didn't see that. But how come when Jon Jones, or Tyron Woodley, and Anderson Silva, I mean, you kind of see there's a pattern there. I mean, if you put two and two together, I don't even need to tell you what the pattern is. You guys can see it for what I'm talking about. There's a hidden agenda going on in the UFC that I don't like. Jon Jones just passed his test. Where's the media at to sit here and say, man, this guy passed his test? You know what I'm saying? He's clean and he's legit. And then they turned around and said in 2017, he passed his test the night after UFC 214. How come they coming out with that stuff just now? After they made that man forfeit his belts, lose everything that he lost, they want to turn around and bring that stuff now. I'm telling you, man, there's a hidden agenda going on. And you and I both know, real recognizes real, man. When Jon Jones goes up against Daniel Cormier, Cormier is going to get flatlined for a third time. See, this is the thing that people don't understand. You can sit here and say, well, Jon Jones cheated, da, 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 da. But UFC 214, it debunked that misnomer because they said that his test was clean that night after the fight for UFC 214. So, by all technicality, shouldn't he have had his belt back before? Why he had to fight against Gustafsson a second time to get his belt? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's that politics in UFC that I don't like. Because when they like somebody, when Dana White likes somebody, he will go to bat for them. But when he don't like somebody, or somebody that's not gonna sit there and kiss his butt, and that's gonna kind of challenge him, he's not gonna go to bat for that person. And then when the person mess up, he want to put them such in a box of humility to where he can kind of control and dictate their situation or dictate their pace. I don't like that. That's not right. You can't have your cake and want to eat it too, Dana White. You gotta treat every one of your champions with the respect that they deserve. Where's the love for Tyron Woodley? Where's the love for Jon Jones? Where's the love for Anderson Silva? How come they're not promoted in the media? When you got guys like Chael Sonnen, who's lost as much as he's lost, and the chances you've given this dude, I mean, come on, man, that's just nonsense. Now, I know there's gonna be some people out there that's gonna get on this video and they're gonna come at me and they're gonna say, "Well, you don't know what you're talking about," because I've heard it before. It is what it is, man. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm telling you how I see it. And Jon Jones is the greatest MMA artist of all time in the UFC. This man has not lost in the UFC. He deserves way more respect than what he's getting. Because last time I checked, whether you taking something or you're not taking something, it does not negate the fact that this man put countless of times in the gym. It does not negate the fact that this man is a hard worker, and it does not negate the fact that this man has skills. I don't care how much PEDs or steroids somebody's taking. If you don't got skills and you taking that stuff, it's gonna show that you don't have skills. Obviously, Jon Jones has some considerable or some measure of, amount of skills for him to be able to do what he was doing when he was dispatching these guys. Am I sitting here saying that he didn't take nothing? No. But he's just one of the unfortunate people that have taken stuff and haven't gotten caught. I think there's a lot of people out here that's taking stuff that they just haven't gotten caught yet. Unfortunately, Jon Jones got caught. You know what I'm saying? For taking the stuff that he took. It is what it is. You know, it's not like he denied it or anything like that. He admitted, he atoned for it. But don't sit here and just polarize the guy like that, man, because you don't like him. You don't like the fact that he's not the champion that you want him to be, and he's not going to toot the horn the way you want him to toot the horn. Look, man, every champion is different. Everybody fights differently. Everybody wins differently. Everybody does things differently. Jon Jones is cut from a different cloth, man. It's that Anderson Silva cloth. These guys are just dominant, you know, and just because they don't always win the way that you want them to win, that doesn't take away from their greatness. You know, and people need to start giving this man his props because from here on out, I believe this man is going to be 100% clean. And when he fights DC and he whoops him a third time, man, people need to start giving this man his true and proper respect. And if people don't, I'll be right here giving him his true and proper respect for what it is. Because at the end of the day, we're seeing greatness before our eyes. People need to stop hating and appreciate the greatness that this man is putting every show against us. How you have a 15-month layoff and you come out and you fight Gustafsson the way that you did and you dispatch him the way you did? That right there tells me that Gustafsson, who's been way more active than Jon Jones, what in the world has he been doing? What the hell has he been doing? He's been active. Jon Jones been off for 15 months. You mean to tell me that's not skills? That's not skills that's paying the bills right there? Come on, man. You guys have to give Jon Jones his props. This man is a gym rat. He puts the work in the gym. People need to stop negating that fact and understand that this man puts in work. You know, like that Kobe documentary. Kobe doing work. Jon Jones need to have his documentary. Jon Jones doing work because that man puts work. He's a gym rat. We see him, man. He's in the same gym as Holly Holmes. And we see the work that they both are putting in. Holly Holmes is not Jon Jones. She's not to that level when it comes to female MMA, but that girl puts in work. I see her. You know, that camp right there, they work hard, man. Give Jon Jones his due respect and his just due. Stop hating on that man. Because if Dana White is smart enough to get behind this guy and galvanize, you got a champion right there that can be your cash cow for a good another 5 more years with the UFC easily. You could get behind this dude instead of sitting there tearing him down every second. That just don't make no sense to me. But you guys know what I'm talking about. You know that hidden agenda that's going on. I'm not the first one that has said it, and I'm not going to be the last one that said it. All I'm saying, Dana White, be fair, man. Have parity. You know what I'm saying? If you treating one champion with respect, treat the other champion with respect as well, too, man. Don't sit there and say, well, you know, I like this guy because he's kissing my butt. You know what I'm saying? So I have to give him all of the respect in the world. But Jon Jones, I'm not going to give him all the respect in the world. That's just nonsense to me. I can't get behind it. I'm sorry. It just don't make no sense to me. You know, and people could see it for what it is, man. If you're really watching UFC for what it is, you could see the politics that's behind that. It's just crazy. But people want to sit here and talk about boxing and say boxing is such a political sport. That's why people don't watch it no more. It's dead. UFC is just like that, if not more, man. And Dana White, it seems like he's like a loan shark, man. He just runs the ship. These guys are heavily underpaid. For them taking the beating that they taking, we talking about mixed martial arts here, man. These guys have multiple and a lot of disciplines that they fight with. They getting their teeth bashed in, their head skull, you know, thrown to the floor. These guys are getting submitted. They're getting KO'd. And they're walking out of a fight with 50,000, 100,000. Come on. Something ain't right with that picture, man. You know, now guys getting 1 million a fight. Something ain't right with that picture. In modern history, the only person that has really made money is who? Conor McGregor. And we know why. It's because he fought Floyd Mayweather. He had to fight somebody from another sport to make that kind of money. You guys tell me. Comment below. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think. Is Jon Jones being treated fairly or is he being treated unfairly? This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.